Okay, today we're going to be doing how I have my setup inside my garage to be heated from my outdoor wood boiler. So I'm just going to kind of basically show you what I got going on. So here's where the pipe comes in from the stove, which is roughly, I don't know, 25 feet away. So water comes in on the left there, goes up, goes over to where my heater is. As you can see, it's not a small shop whatsoever. So water comes in, goes over to that's a 200,000 BTU water to air heat exchanger furnace, whatever you want to call it. So the water, which I have it going nonstop into the stove or into the exchanger, up, over, goes down, all the way to my snow melt system, goes back up, over to the other garage, which is next door, goes through that exchanger, goes back, down, and back to the stove, and it nonstop flows like that. Now, yes, I could have had all the water from the stove go to a pump system with zones and whatnot, but the only downside to that is, yes, I would have loved to have done that, but I don't always heat these garages. So if we go on vacation or something, and I usually turn them off, and if it is below freezing, guess what? It's going to be below freezing here. If that water's not flowing, it's going to freeze, right? Now, yeah, people are going to say that by nonstop flowing the water in here, you're losing BTUs whether you're heating the garage or not. Yeah, that's true. But the stove that I have is really efficient, and there's really not much heat loss going through here when nothing's running. So yeah, I'm probably losing maybe 5 degrees with the full loop. Yeah, I'm burning more wood, but it's really not that much wood. So the biggest thing is if I fill that stove and I only am heating the house when we're gone and not the shops, I can fill that stove and it's probably good for almost 2 days. So it's really no big deal to me. I'd rather be able to fill that stove, not have to worry about somebody coming and filling the stove, and if they don't do it properly, I mean, it's really not that hard, but I don't got to worry about it. Just fill it, walk away, and I'm probably good for 2 days easily. So, and I'll just leave the water flowing through there and leave these off, no big deal. Yeah, I could leave them on, just turn the thermostats down, no big deal, but I do keep this garage, I want to say 60 degrees next door. I leave it, I think, 45. And if I do work in here, I may turn it up to 65, so. But it's hooked to a basic thermostat, which you see there, monitors the temp. But the thermostat I got for it will monitor or adjust the temp. I have it at like 8 degrees. So I think I have it heating at 60. It lets it drop down to 52 and then goes right back up to 60. That way it doesn't run that often. It probably runs maybe once an hour. Maybe. Depends on how cold it is. If the sun's out, it maybe runs twice a day. I do get good heat from... obviously the roof will heat up, but there is some skylights in here, so, but it does the job, and it's a pretty basic setup. The water just flows, goes around, goes to both heat exchangers. And right now I got the snow melt going because we have snow on the ground, and I just wanted to see. It's probably the 3rd time I'm using it, and there ain't much snow. As you can see, there's not much, and you can see the loops are starting to work. I mean, I literally just turned it on 5-10 minutes ago, so it's starting to work, and the wood boiler is doing its thing. So yeah, everything's running here, and it's good. And the water's just flowing through the heat exchanger out to the next garage and then back. So yeah, like I said, it works. It may not be the best setup. I mean, I did it all myself, and I'm pretty pleased with it. So yeah, and I got some just basic insulation around the heater. This was all like late fall, almost early winter, so I was kind of cramming to get everything operational. So yeah, I will, enclose it a little better, but that's just to trap some of the heat in the exchanger, that it's not just bleeding the heat out. And it does make a difference, because if I put my hand next to the insulation board there, you can feel the heat coming out a little bit. So, and the back's open, so it's getting good airflow and so on. So, but yeah, no, it works. Just I wanted to do a quick video on it, and yeah, so like I said, it just comes in here and so on. But when we do heat the house in or heat the hot water tank in the summer, I'll have this pump off so it's not filling. Don't need it. As long as the nights don't get below, you know, 30, 35 degrees, I'll just turn it off. But I'll leave it on regardless if I'm heating the garage or not. Now, down the road, if I decided to put everything glycol in here, which would be fine, then it don't matter. Just I can leave it off. Don't even let the pump run because you ain't got to worry about anything freezing. But for now, it's just water. I mean, it would cost a lot of money to put glycol in all of this. I mean, then every so many years I'd probably have to, you know, exchange it and so on. There's the glycol tank. That's 55-gallon drum, and I probably used almost 50 gallons of it. So yeah, no, it works, and it's always comfortable in here, and I got the fan running up there to keep pushing the heat down. But yeah, it works. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them.